Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Ridgeways Bar and Restaurant here in Hong Kong. I'm Ed Pixon for Vintage Sports, and with me is Mark Wilson for the second night of the $100,000 showdown between two of the greatest pool players that the world has ever seen. And these are Earl Strickland of the United States of America and Efren Reyes of the Philippines. And Mark, last night, certainly these two players did not disappoint us.
Oh, no, they didn't. And I noticed tonight that Efren has reappeared with a little eye of the tiger. I'm sure he's here to reestablish himself as a foe.
Yes, Earl Strickland won the initial showdown last night to the tune of 35-32. Now that score will be carried over this evening, and then tomorrow will be the final day wherein the leader will go for 50 more games to wrap it all up.
Yeah, the leader has to obtain 120 rack wins, so we're looking at a good long format, and this gives both players a real fair chance to establish themselves.
Well, we saw for ourselves real pool savvy and a lot of intensity as far as these two players are concerned, and we expect more of the same this evening. So stay with us. We'll have the $100,000 challenge, World 9-Ball Challenge for you when we come back.
The players' performance yesterday was everything that we were led to believe. This match was expected to be as both players played their hearts out for us. Could we please show our appreciation with a ample round of applause for both players? Okay, thank you. As most of you know, the score stands at 35 games for Mr. Strickland, 32 games for Mr. Reyes. Tonight's match will conclude when one of these two greats reaches a total of 70 games won. The match will conclude tomorrow night when someone reaches a total game count of 120 wins and will be rewarded with $100,000 US. But more importantly, he will walk away with the title of the greatest player on earth. Due to the fact that we have close quarters here, please give both of these deserving champions total respect with regards to the physical movement in the room during play, mobile phones, and appreciative applause for good shots and games. And now the players. Any place in the world that you go to play pool, you only have to mention the name Efren and Earl, and the people there know who you're talking about. Please welcome from Angeles City, Philippines, Mr. Efren Reyes. And from Greensboro, North Carolina, Mr. Earl Strickland. Let's rack the balls. Well, here we go.
Resumption of the $100,000 challenge winner-take-all in 9-ball. As we mentioned at the opening of this particular segment, Earl Strickland leads the match 35 games to 32. And tonight we'll wrap it up as soon as one of the players reaches 70 games won. Another good break by Earl here, Mark.
Yeah, he's opened the rack nicely, and he just now looked at the 5 to make sure that it would pass by the 6, and it appeared that he was happy with the way it was laying. So a real good chance for him to score the draw first blood here.
Well, we can see that Earl Strickland has come out of the gates on fire, as it were. This is the type of movement that we saw last night. Whenever Earl was on a run, it would be very decisive and very quick with his decisions.
Well, he lashed out with a couple major flurries within that, and Efren seemed to withstand the punishment and even delivered a couple of his own.
Well, it was as close as it could get. The first match yesterday. Ooh. What happened there?
Well, not an easy shot, and it was deceptive because he had to cut it thin and make the speed proper to get the angle on the 9.
Well, we were saying that Efren Reyes had several runs of his own, and he held his own against Earl Strickland yesterday. As a matter of fact, he even gained the lead several times during the match, but Strickland beat him to it. Actually, towards the end, Earl Strickland had a 5-game edge, which Efren was able to narrow down to only 1.
Yeah, and he had a chance to bring the match 34-33, and he missed a shot. It was a difficult shot, but he did miss a ball that would have drawn the match that much closer.
Well, Efren wins the first game. And he gets the 1 ball in the side pocket.
And I certainly think that's going to be what's going to tell the tale for Efren tonight, if he can come off the break with a little better results than what he had last night.
Well, certainly a lot to be desired as far as that department was concerned last night for Efren Reyes.
Well, to make matters worse with that department, it's something that's a little bit out of your own control as well. Now, he's chosen a roll out here. That's where he takes a foul. And the incoming player has a choice, an option, to either accept the shot and play from there or give it back. Earl's going to play the kick shot. And tremendous shot.
Remarkable shot by Earl Strickland. Plus, he said it's one of his fortes. Well, he set himself up very beautifully.
So this kid from Greensboro, North Carolina, can really play.
Oh, yes. Well, the crowd here at Ridgeways has certainly given these two gentlemen a lot of respect, especially after what we saw last night.
Nicely executed.
And
we're blessed with a very knowledgeable crowd here too. I think you can kind of look around and see people from all walks of life and a lot of the upper class.
Well, this is on a by invitation only affair, and well, Mr. Bob Moore, the proprietor of Ridgeway's Bar and Restaurant, has certainly seen to it that the people who come here know and appreciate the sport.
Well, the score now stands at 36 for Strickland and 33 for Reyes. We're about ready to witness Strickland's patented break. Didn't hit them with the same dynamic effect he has in some of his breaks in the past.
Got the 8 ball in the side pocket with some body English on the part of Earl Strickland there.
And he's getting a pretty good shot off the break. This was something that haunted him a little bit last night. He just wasn't having very good fortunes off the break. But nonetheless, still managed to squeak out 6 or 8 break and run out racks.
Well, certainly he had a better time of it than Efren.
Well, right away he's found his good pace, and that does not bode well for Mr. Reyes.
Well, he's striding very confidently, and his shot making is just superb at this juncture. And now Earl Strickland posts a 4-game advantage at 37-33. But we've seen from what we saw last night, we know that Efren Reyes does not get worried about such a lead, because he can always come up with some of his own